that is a big fat GG. So go ahead and ultimate Ugin, our first one today. Go ahead and get a Portal to Phyrexia, Cityscape Leveler. Let's go ahead and get the Stone Brain. Hey there, neighbor. We've already seen how busted Ugin, Eye of the Storms, can be in a historic colorless deck, and that's actually where I think he shines the most. But since he is legal in Standard, let's go ahead and use him in Standard, which is exactly what I'm doing today. I have already played with this deck quite a bit, and it is, number one, it's quite good. Number two, it's actually a lot of fun to play with, which I think is something that is needed when you're playing Arena, of course. You want to have fun. And so, yeah, it's a little bit of a green-white control deck, actually, where we have a little bit of ramp and a little bit of board wipe / removal, just so that we can eventually work our way up to Ugin, Eye of the Storms. So starting out on the low end, we have Authority of the Consuls. This is really good at shutting down aggro decks. We have we have 4 copies of Get Lost. We have the Up the Beanstalk with Overlord of the Hauntwoods combo. You guys already know how, absurd of a synergy that is. Up the Beanstalk basically gets to draw a card right away, and then if we do have Overlord of the Hauntwoods, can pay it for the impending cost. That will generate a land token, so a little bit of ramp right there, and then we will draw a card off Up the Beanstalk. We have in our 3 mana slot, we have 1 temporary lockdown, again, just to kind of shut down these, kind of aggro decks, or, go very wide with the cheap creature strategy. We have 1 Ancient Cornucopia, helps with the mana fixing a little bit, can add 1 mana of any color, and then whenever we cast a spell, we basically get to gain 1 life, which is nice. And then we have Day of Judgment, as well as Sunfall, both 2 really good board wipes. I've already been over Overlord of the Hauntwoods, and the last colored spell in our deck is actually Omenpath Journey. I know it's not the most popular card. A lot of people think it's a 4 mana do nothing, but I actually really like this card. I like the artwork a lot as well, but when this enchantment enters, you get to take 5 lands out of your deck, so yeah, it helps take out not all the lands, of course, but a good chunk of lands from your deck. So hopefully you're hitting a lot of the, more important cards later on. And then at your end step, every turn, you get to put 1 of these lands onto the battlefield. And all the lands that we get from our deck, they are going to be these utility lands. All of them have the surveil mechanic, so that's why we have 1 blue-white surveil land. We have 1 green-black surveil land. We have 1 green-red surveil land. So I know the deck doesn't play any of those colors. It's just green-white. But I think those surveil lands are just so useful. And yeah, you can pull them out of the deck with Omenpath Journey. So this enchantment comes down. You get to thin your deck from lands, which I think is really good. It ramps you at your end step. So you're guaranteed to hit your land drops for the next few turns. And all the lands that we are putting onto the battlefield with Omenpath Journey have the surveil mechanic, so our next draw step can hopefully be pretty good. If a land is on top and you want to keep it, you keep it there. If it's a land on top, or maybe Up the Beanstalk and you don't necessarily need it, you can go ahead and bin it. So I actually think Omenpath Journey, I know it's not the best, but it's also not the worst. So and I've been really enjoying it. So those are all the colored cards. Of course, we want to work our way up to Ugin, Eye of the Storms, and whenever you cast a colorless spell, you get to exile something from the opponent. So we have a few really cheap colorless spells. Ghost Vacuum, really good for some graveyard hate. We have Iron Crag, can also get this down early just to help with ramp as well. And then 1 copy of Stone Brain. This card, secret tech card against some combo decks that are running out. So if you know what to name, so in the Omniscience combo deck, for instance, if you name Omniscience, their deck can't really function that well then. So I actually really like Stone Brain. And then, of course, on the high end, that's to kind of close out the game, we have 1 copy of Chamil. We have 3 copies of Sire of 7 Deaths, just such a good card. We have 1 Cityscape Leveler and 1 Portal to Phyrexia. So yeah, I've really been enjoying this deck. It's pretty consistent, it's really good, and it's a lot of fun. So I hope you guys enjoy the games. Ooh, we gotta go first. 4 lands and 3 7-drops, so unfortunately we can't keep that one. So we'll take a mulligan. This hand looks much better. We will go ahead and ship back our Sire of 7 deaths. And then Restless Prairie or Surveil. Let's go ahead and Surveil. Chamil. I don't think we need that right now, which does suck because that is just a 1 of in our deck. Turn 2, we can go up the Beanstalk though. Another Surveil land. Opponent not really putting much on the board, so I think we'll actually take it slow. Go tap land, turn 3 tap land into up the Beanstalk. Opponent is playing Heir Apparent, so if we are able to find our Stone Brain, hopefully we can shut this deck down. Up the Beanstalk to draw right now. I think next turn we will just go with another up the Beanstalk. Authority of the Consuls is a really good draw. We do have enough to do both, so yeah, let's go ahead and scry. I don't think we need another land, so that one goes to the bottom. Authority of the Consuls comes down, and then up the Beanstalk. We'll go ahead and draw us a card. Ancient Cornucopia is really nice. Alright, yeah, I really want to find the Stone Brain. Do we have to board wipe right now? 2, 4, 6, 8. Taking 11 next turn, so we would go down to 8. We would gain a bunch of life. Honestly, I think I'm going to risk it. So let's go Lush Portico. Yeah, we definitely, man, we're hitting so many lands. It's funny, some games, yeah, you get stuck on 3 lands and you just never draw another one. And right now, I think we've only seen a bunch of lands off the top of our deck. So what does this one do? Ooh, Caretaker's Talent is really nice, and a Heir Apparent. So they will draw 2 cards. We will gain a bunch of life off of this, which is really nice. I hope they actually play another Heir Apparent. Yes. So yeah, here's where Authority of the Consuls just put in massive work for us. Gonna go up to 28. Yeah, we're only down to 17. And we have a Sunfall. Yo, that might be GG. Thank you for all those little creatures. Gain 1 life off of that. We hit an Omenpath Journey and another land. Yeah, so we have a 16/16 that can go ahead. I guess I should have activated that on their turn, but they are on a 2-turn clock. Yeah, so yeah, their Authority of the Consuls, you can see how nice that card is. Just everything comes in tapped, and we gained a bunch of life off of it. Yeah, I know we didn't get it, but Stone Brain in this deck, you guys know if we were to name the Heir Apparent, I don't know how many copies they're running, but could really, really cripple their deck that way. We still had a Day of Judgment in hand. Go ahead and play our Omenpath Journey on our turn. So yeah, GG, on to the next one. All right, we get to go first. I like this hand. So Restless Prairie does come in untapped. But then we can get down Authority of the Consuls on turn 1. Turn 2, play a Surveil land and get down another Authority of the Consuls. Let's see what type of deck we're playing against. So I think they will have some creatures. Overlord, also a really nice draw. I think we actually will play our Overlord next turn. I don't think we need another land. Look at the top 5. You may reveal a creature. Fountain Port, also a nice draw, but like I said, we're just going Overlord. So we're up to 4 mana. Next turn will be 5 because we do have a land drop. See what the opponent wants to do. Each player can't cast more than 1 non-Phyrexian spell each turn. Well, that guy can go away. And then we can get down... You know what? Let's save the Stone Brain. So we just need 2 more lands. And then we can play Ugin, and then with Stonebrain, we can use that as a colorless spell to start exiling whatever they may want to play. Ooh, I wonder if they're playing with a Craterhoof Behemoth. I know that this card, this Fierce Empath, is used to fetch Craterhoof Behemoth in the historic elf deck, so put it in your hand. You know, I think they might be running Craterhoof Behemoth. This might be a long shot. We do hit a land drop, which is nice, so we're up to 6. 1 more land, and we can cast Ugin. I'm just going to go ahead and name Craterhoof Behemoth, because I think that's what they're playing. It'd be so funny if it was. So, there he is, Craterhoof Behemoth. Ooh, they have Valgavoth. Yikes. Okay, so I totally missed there. That's unfortunate. But we do know what they're playing. They do have a Sire of 7 Deaths and a Portal to Phyrexia. Surge of Salvation. So they are up to 2, 4, 5. Land is 6. And the elf that can produce some mana for them. So yeah, they have 7 mana right now. And let's just hope we draw an untapped land. Ooh, that is not an untapped land, but we will get rid of these 2 creatures that can produce mana for them, so I will take that. And we do have our Overlord flipping. So, opponent up to 5 mana. They do hit their land drop, so up to 6. We do hit a land drop. Unfortunately, it does come in tapped. But next turn, we can play Ugin. And yeah, let's just start looking for our payoffs. We will go ahead and transform this one, and we will just swing through for 9 damage. And if the opponent does play Valgavoth, then yeah, we easily have a few permanents. Exile, sacrifice. Ooh, 3 non-lands. Okay, that might be hard. Yeah, that is just too much for them. So GG, on to the next. Do we keep this? Could go turn 3 Overlord. That would give us 4 lands. Hopefully with one of these we can find another land. I'm going to risk it. Ooh. Yeah, also because I just don't like taking a mulligan. I don't think anyone really does. So yeah, Surveil land. I do like Omenpath Journey. Yeah, and our Overlord will give us the 4th land to play it. So, luckily, opponent isn't on anything too aggressive. Ghost Vacuum, I don't think we need that one. So yeah, turn 3 Overlord, and then turn 4 Omenpath Journey to sort of filter our deck. Flourishing Bloomkin is a really nice pickup for them. Its strength and toughness are equal to the number of lands they have, so they might be trying to ramp a little bit. We do have Sunfall, which we will be able to play next turn, even if we miss a land drop right now, because we will be guaranteed our land drops with Omenpath Journey. Drew another Sunfall. I'm not complaining about that. And yeah, Omenpath Journey. And then let's go ahead. Surveil land number 1. Surveil land number 2, 3, 4. That one is Scry. Sure. Yeah, so we just filtered our deck with 5 lands. Guaranteed hit the land drop. And it is... Do we want Stonebrain? Not 100% sure what they're playing, but we'll keep it. So that's a nice hit for them. But we can go ahead and play our Overlord on turn 3. Or sorry, not turn 3. We can just play our Overlord this turn. Go ahead and get a Everywhere token and another land drop that is a Surveil. We see that we're drawing a land. We really don't need that. So yeah, here's where I think Omenpath Journey, a little bit underrated. These Surveil lands do really help out a lot. And like I said, guaranteed to keep hitting our land drops for the next 3 turns as well. 3, 6. We're up to 7 lands already, so we can go ahead and play Sire of 7 Deaths. And I think they missed a land drop. Ooh. Yeah, they have a T-Rex. They're pretty far away from casting it, so yeah, let's go ahead and surveil again. Up the Beanstalk is nice. Yeah, we'll keep up the Beanstalk. We'll go ahead and play a Sire of 7 Deaths. Go ahead and keep Beans. Flip our Overlord. They did miss a land drop, which is unfortunate for them last turn. Let's hope they hit it this turn, because if they don't, then I think we'll just slam a portal to Phyrexia, and I don't think that they can come back from that. And yeah, I think opponent, well, they're thinking, do they want to pay the 7 life to remove this? They do. That is phenomenal, because it will just be coming back, baby. They miss another land drop. I do feel bad for them. That does suck. But yeah, we're just going with Portal to Phyrexia. It's, I think, turn 6 only. And yeah, we got down a Sire of 7 Deaths on turn 5 and a Portal to Phyrexia on turn 6. All thanks to our Omenpath Journey. I don't think we need to get lost. We have 2 Sunfalls. And I think, yeah, with the Stone Brain, we're going to go ahead and name the T-Rex. So they do hit their land drop. But they are only down to 7 life, so they cannot remove our Sire of 7 Deaths anymore. They're playing green, so we know that they're not playing any exile cards. Chamil is a really nice hit. But yeah, like I said, with Stonebrain, let's just go ahead and name Tyrannix Rex. There he is. Can also go ahead and look at their entire hand. They have a Vivian Reed, really nice planeswalker. And Tyrannix Rex was their only big creature, so yeah, Stonebrain, get him out of here. GG, boys. All right, we do get to go first. 3 lands. I'm inclined to keep it. We do have Sunfall and Up the Beanstalk. Let's go ahead, play Lush Portico. Yeah, we'll keep a Get Lost, just in case. Never know what the opponent's playing. Ooh, they might be a ramp deck themselves. So we will go ahead and get a Up the Beanstalk. Go ahead and draw a card. Another land. I'm not complaining. Can go ahead and surveil. Oh, let's see what our top deck is. Day of Judgment. Not necessarily what we need. 100%. You know we're keeping Overlord. Whenever you cast, it deals 1 damage. Let's just go ahead and get rid of it right now. Use our mana. We will have 4 and 5 mana this turn, actually. Not able to spend it, of course, but another Up the Beanstalk. Not complaining. We know how busted Up the Beanstalk is. So up to 5 lands. If we hit a land drop, can already go ahead and get down Chamili. Chamili. 3-tree mascot is a changeling, so I guess it's a dinosaur. So nice combo from the opponent. So they draw a land. Ooh, double land drop for them. We hit our own land drop, which is amazing. So let's go ahead and get down Chamil. Draw a card off of that. Chamil gets to discover 5. We hit an Omenpath Journey, which is amazing. Let's go ahead and pull out 5 lands. Surveil land number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4. And then I guess we can just start taking some tapped lands. Let's take the creature land. Oh, it doesn't trigger because I guess we already passed our end step, which is really unfortunate. Oh, Bonehorde Dracosaur. Love that dinosaur. If we hit a land drop, which we don't, we could have played Ugin, so that'll be for next turn. If we go Beanstalk, that's 4 mana. Yeah, so we can still board wipe. Do hit the land drop. So next turn we will be up to 8 mana, so we can exile whatever they play with Ugin. Let's go ahead and put that in our hand. We definitely don't want to play Temporary Lockdown. Get to Surveil as well. Definitely don't need a Cavern of Souls. But yeah, like I was saying, this turn we can go ahead and play Ugin, exile whatever creature they play. And if they play 2 creatures this turn, can go ahead and get rid of the next one with the Ghost Vacuum. But it's just 1 creature from our opponent. So let's say goodbye to that one. Up the Beanstalk is going so incredibly hard for us right now, and that is another GG, boys. Let's see. This was the 5th game. One of them, the guy conceded turn 2 because we went Beanstalk into Overlord. But yeah, I think this is 5 wins in a row, so let's keep going. All right, opponent gets to go first, but we do have Overlord into Get Lost, so we will keep it. Ooh, and we drew an Authority of the Consuls turn 1. Yo, let's go, deck. Know exactly what we need. Ooh, so it might be Boros tokens. So another thing why I really like Authority of the Consuls, Boros tokens is running around a little bit right now. And Authority of the Consuls just completely shuts off the Urabrask Forge with that token that they generate. So Caretaker's Talent, you already know that we will go ahead and get rid of that one. It's their card draw. So yeah, 1 little bunny. Definitely not scared of that. And an Omenpath Journey. Damn, this deck just keeps providing. Even though we might go Overlord since we will have 5 mana. United Battlefront, that is a good hit for them. Even though, yeah, I played this in my Boros Tokens deck. And honestly, I'm not the biggest fan of it just because it misses quite often. So, yeah, let's just go ahead and get down our Overlord. Next turn, we can get down Chamili. Chamili. Urabrask Forge, I don't think they realize. Look at this. So, they might have a Lightning Helix, but they're all tapped out of mana. So, Urabrask Forge, sorry, buddy, your token does not have haste. So thanks for letting me gain 1 life every single turn. And Chamili. And yeah, let's just start applying some pressure to our opponent. Create another Everywhere land. Yeah, our hand isn't looking the best right now. Again, Omenpath Journey can, you know, take out a lot of lands. But we have Chamil. So opponent needs a board wipe. Absolutely, they need a board wipe. We can go ahead and get down Demo Field. Yeah, they're scrying. Opponent spinning their wheels right now. Thanks for another life gain. 2 mana. Thank you for another life gain. And thank you for another life gain. Equipped creature gets +X. So we'll go ahead and play the Prairie. Omenpath Journey it up. Scryland. Let's actually get Fountain Port because we can draw Scryland and Scryland. I guess they're Surveil lands, sorry. But yeah, we got a Fountain Port just because look how many of these lands we can sacrifice. And we generate 2 more each turn. Swing through for 6. Our next Overlord flips and our Chamil. Let's go ahead and put a Day of Judgment into our hand. Sunfall, that is nice for them. But if they ever transform that creature, we will just go ahead and blow it up with Day of Judgment. And yeah, if we draw an Ugin, I think they might be done. Of course, we don't draw an Ugin, so we will go ahead, play that one. And then, like I said, let's go ahead and draw a card. Can sacrifice one of these Everywhere lands. And do you like Cityscape Leveler? Let's go ahead and get rid of... Let's honestly get rid of this one. Can't imagine what they would want to attach that chainsaw to. And then Chamil gets another Omenpath Journey. So got to take 5 more lands out of our deck. Yo. And then Omenpath Journey triggers as well, so we would get to... I think the way we would trigger them, have this one pull out 5 lands first, and then when this one throws a land onto the battlefield, yeah, it's only the Surveil lands we have, so we could check what we have on top, but yeah, 9 lands here, plus 2, 4, 6, 8. So yeah, 17 lands. I think we played 24 or something, maybe 25. And 37 cards. So we only, out of the 37 cards, I think only anywhere from 7 to 9 of them were still lands. So much of our deck was just absolute power. And yeah, we had the lands to play them. So GG, on to the next. I think that's win number 6 in a row. Let's go. All right, opponent goes first. We do have Day of Judgment. Fortunately, we don't have 2 white lands, so might be playing Jeskai. If they have a lot of counterspells, then Chamil is amazing. Of course, we do need to find a moment when we could play that one. Let's go ahead and get down the Iron Crag. That helps for some ramp. And so next turn, we could get down Omenpath. Go ahead and turn these TVs off. And the light. Oh, we drew another Omenpath, so yeah, we'll definitely play that one. See if it eats a counterspell. Looks like it will. That's fine. Have to get them out of the opponent's hands eventually. Temporary lockdown is going to do nothing for us. Let's see if they have another counterspell. Ooh, opponent lets this one go. Did they have... No. Alright, so Cavern of Souls is going to be amazing. We can either name Eldrazi for the Sire of 7 Deaths or Avatar for our Overlord. So then they won't be able to counter it. So Cavern of Souls, Surveil Land, Surveil Land, Surveil Land, and Surveil Land. Let's go ahead and get those out of our deck. Opponent with a draw 2. So I don't think they're Jeskai. Definitely don't need another land. It comes in tap, so no. If you draw an untapped land, could maybe think about getting Chamil down. Of course, opponent is just playing everyone's favorite type of magic of draw, play a land, and pass. So let's just play the Stone Brain. See if they want to counter this one. I can't do this at instant speed, which is unfortunate. We'll hold it for next turn. 2, 4. Well, maybe we should do it now. Defabricate. They're probably playing 3 steps ahead. We'll hold. Let's see if we can see anything more from their deck. Not 100% sure what the red is for yet. Yeah, opt. Nothing too crazy there. Yeah, let's go ahead and name Eldrazi. In case we do find our Sire of 7 Deaths. That might be able to solo them. They do have an Abrade on. We can't activate that at instant speed. That is too bad. Alright, we are up to 7 mana though. And yeah, opponent, our hand really isn't any good against that. Up the Beanstalk is great. Let's see if they want to counter that. Ooh, they don't. So hopefully we can kind of restock with this. Surveil Land is nice. I definitely don't need another land. Ugin, you already know we're taking him. Opponent with a draw 1 card. They do get to surveil. Let's see what they're playing. Twice the number of instants and sorceries. Yo, that's kind of powerful. So I think they're maybe trying to finish this off in 1 turn. Oh, this is just so boring, though. We do get to draw a card off of it. He's going to counter it, but at least it's kind of a 1-for-1. That cancels the stack. That's so dumb. All right, well, opponent only has 4 cards in hand. Okay. 3 cards in hand. So one of them is a counterspell for sure. Artifact or enchantment spell. Do have a Get Lost. We will have enough mana to hold it up. Submit 0. So again, if they want to counter this, which they have no counter spells, because there's no stick, we'll go ahead and get down Authority. We will go ahead and gain 3 life and draw a card. Can play our land for the turn, and it's a creature land, so I don't think we need another Authority of the Consuls, so hopefully we can get them now. Opponent with only 3 cards in hand. Ugin is going to ult in, not next turn, but the turn after that. And did the opponent run out of gas? Yeah, that one comes in tapped, buddy. That one comes in tapped. And then we have an uncounterable Sire of 7 deaths. You can't counter him, and whenever we cast. So even if you did counter the Sire of 7 deaths, Ugin still gonna smack you. And gonna deal 16 damage to us. That's pretty funny. Let's hope that they can't finish us 2 turns in a row with that. That is an instant. Oh, do they have a Slag Storm? That would be kind of crazy. That is only sorcery. Yeah, opponent doesn't know how Cavern of Soul works, which you absolutely love to see. So they are down to just 3 cards in hand. Honestly, let's just go ahead. Oh, he's going to come in tapped, so that is a next for us end turn. Our hand is really, really bad against this type of deck where they don't really play any creatures. And let's just hope they don't have that combo again. One of them is a land, so Ugin is going to go ahead and ultimate. Well, 2 cards. How much does that creature cost? 5? Yeah, they just don't have enough. Bam! Counter this! It's win number 7 in a row, baby. Yeah, so honestly, kind of cool counter from the... Or counter. Kind of cool deck from the opponent. The counter spells I could honestly live without. But again, I hope I'm kind of showcasing just how good the Omenpath Journey is. Was able to kind of realize that they were playing counter spells, and that is why we have the 1 of Cavern of Souls in our deck. Like I said, you can name Eldrazi, which the Sire of 7 Deaths is, or you can name your Avatar Horror. So, and yeah, we were going to go ahead and ultimate Ugin this turn. Could go ahead and yeah, pull out every colorless spell from our deck and just absolutely bounce the opponent. GG, boy. All right, we got to go first. Really good hand if the opponent is playing somewhat of a more aggressive deck. Do have up the Beanstalk for some card draw, which you always love to see. Well, go ahead and look at our hand. Mono black discard. So there goes up the Beanstalk. They take Ugin, which is absolutely wild. But hey, I'm not complaining. Omenpath Journey, I really like that one for turn 4. If our hand can survive until turn 4. Yeah, it's a Deep Cavern Bat. Probably takes Get Lost. Maybe temporary lockdown. But again, that would just get rid of my own up the beanstalk, so... Okay. Alright, what are you taking, buddy? Yeah, I'll want that guy back. Oh, I should have done that at their end step. And he should have activated a map token. What are they drawing? Just a land. Ooh, Ancient Cornucopia is really nice, but we'll be mana efficient and go Omenpath Journey. And again, we want Scry land number 1, number 2, number 3, 4, and 5. Alright, so hopefully our next few draws will be powerful. Definitely don't think we need another land. Soulstone Sanctuary. Are they playing the Demon deck? With the Unholy Annex. Unstoppable Slasher. That one comes in tapped. You love to see that. Another Up the Beanstalk. You already know. You already know. Ooh, and then a Day of Judgment. That's amazing. So let's just keep our Get Lost in case they play another Bat. I don't think we need another land. So thank you for the Surveil. So yeah, we're up to 6 lands. Ancient Cornucopia can add mana, so that'll be land number 7. And we still get 3 more from Omenpath. Sure. I think I will. Oh, cut down. That does nothing for them because I have no creatures. They bin it, which is smart. They play a Preacher. I think we'll just go ahead. Do I kill the Soulstone, save 5 life? I think we do, but they might have something that we want to kill later, so we'll actually hold on to it. We'll take 5 damage this turn. And then we drew a Sunfall, which is amazing. If we go Ancient Cornucopia, we will have 4 mana, so I will do that play, and then we can start gaining life. And we get our temporary lockdown back, and we get another Surveil land. I will take an Overlord. Probably have a way to kill it, but at least we get a double draw off Up the Beanstalk. New land from Aether Drift. Opponent with 5 mana. What do you want to do? The Speed Demon. Alright, so we will, like I said, play our Overlord, gain 1 life from that, draw 2 cards. Ooh, we drew 2 more, which is amazing. Do we play this one? Take 5 damage. Or do we hold up Get Lost? Honestly, I think the life, I think we can spare our life total a little bit. Just completely reload our hand. And again, Surveil. I mean, at this point, we're just looking for Ugin. We have 11 lands. Absolutely crazy. 11 lands. It was turn. I think we went first, so our turn 6. Opponent gets to Duress, which is pretty good for them. If they have a double Duress, we might be in a little bit of trouble. But we have already seen 1 Duress. I don't know how many copies they play. Yeah, and there it is, the Ritual Chamber. We already knew that that one was coming out. Bap. Ooh, another Omenpath. So we go Demo Field. And then if we attack, get an Everywhere token. I think I will play temporary lockdown. Oh, they're going to trade? Nice. I was going to play temporary lockdown, but now that they're not doing that, yeah, let's 100% get rid of this speed demon. Gain 1 life off of that. We still have 10 mana available, so let's go ahead and play our next Overlord. Draw 2 cards off of that. Come on, Ugin, where are you? And then we will play Omenpath. I don't know how many Surveil or untapped lands we have. Alright, let's just get those. How many lands do we have left then? 1, 3, 4, 5. We only have 5 lands left in our deck after this, so our deck should be filled with nothing but pure power. Yeah, I think I will keep it. I think I will keep it, just in case they have an Unstoppable Slasher or Bloodletter of Aclazotz. Another Ritual Chamber into the Demon. Luckily, they can't unlock any of these. They have a Nowhere to Run. That doesn't really do anything for them. They do bin it, which is smart. Alright, yeah, we already knew we were drawing that one. Demo field doesn't really do anything for us. So let us... Come on! I had only 4 lands left in my deck, I think. Let me check, actually. Yeah, I only have 4 lands left, and there was 1 on top. Yo. Yeah, let's say no attacks. That's my bad. I meant to play temporary lockdown first. So we will lose our up the beanstalks, but I really can't take 7 damage. A Preacher is fine because it's not a demon. They finally decide to unlock it, which is smart. So yeah, I'm a little bit worried about the drain. I don't think they have any utility lands, so honestly, I'm just going to activate Demo Field. I'm just going to activate Demo Field because I think I have 1 or 2 basics left in my deck. And I just... 23 cards left in my deck. I don't want to draw any more lands. Is that literally our last land? Nah, 4 lands, so... Alright, there he is, finally. Can go ahead and get rid of this one that's been unlocked. And we still have so many colorless cards in our deck.
I am the master of this world.
Alright, go ahead and gain 3 life, draw a card.
I will mend this broken world.
Alright, Arena's trying to hold me back. I think this will be win number 8. And they're just feeding me lands. Now, let's cancel that. Alright, we'll float this one for mana, and then we'll sacrifice it. Okay, I will take Overlord. Keep him back as a blocker. Can gain 1 life off of Ancient Cornucopia. And then we'll play this land. I'm worried that they might have a kill spell, so I will hold both of these guys back to block. Of course, if we can ultimate our Ugin, then I think we also win the game that way. Fortunately, it was just our Restless Prairie, and we actually have another Overlord flipping, so unless they have Deadly Cover-Up. I guess they can have that Regent, the Black Dragon that has the Meatloaf Massacre effect. Could, of course, have Bitter Triumph or Shieldred's Edict to get rid of our Ugin that way. Opponent should attack me. He does have Death Touch. They get to draw a card as well, which is really good for them. We'll go ahead and pass. They might have a kill spell. I'm only down to 19 cards in library. That's honestly kind of crazy. Alright, opponent. You have 9 lands. What are you doing? They do have Gix's command. We just sacrificed 1 creature, so I'm fine with that. We do have a Day of Judgment. They have a Speed Demon. They don't have enough mana to play him. I think they have enough mana to unlock their Unholy Annex. They have a Nowhere to Run. Do they have just 2 of those in hand? That'd be kind of crazy. And a cut down. That is hilarious. Alright, well. Opponent got us there. We drew a Chamili, which is amazing because you already know that we will just go ahead and exile this one. And then let's first draw a card, see what we get. Sunfall, we really don't need that. Alright, we'll just start the beatdown with our Restless Prairies. That's 8 damage. So next turn, they're not quite dead, but we will go ahead and cast a Iron Crag. Go ahead and exile that one. We'll name Eldrazi, because I don't think we have any more avatars. Yeah, that's all 4 of them. So opponent gets to draw for turn. I don't think they have any hasty creatures. We'll be able to ultimate Ugin. And I think we got there. Archfiend of the Dross. That does nothing for you, buddy. It's not that it doesn't do anything for them, but yeah, that is a big fat GG. So go ahead and ultimate Ugin, our first one today. Go ahead and get a Portal to Phyrexia, Cityscape Leveler. Let's go ahead and get the Stone Brain. Let's just get those 5. I don't want to deck out in case opponent has some insane tech. But yeah, we'll go ahead and play a free Portal to Phyrexia. Say goodbye to your creatures. A Sire of 7 Deaths. A Cityscape Leveler that gets to blow up nothing. How about another Sire of 7 Deaths, and then with the Stone Brain. Let's go ahead and get rid of the Gix command. They just have 1 more of them. So Unholy Annex does nothing. Speed Demon does nothing. Malicious Eclipse does nothing. Cut Down does nothing. Shieldred's Edict is pretty good. And yeah, that's it. So they are welcome to play the Speed Demon, but they are just down to 1 life. That pumps all of them up, which is so nice. And then let's play a land. Yo, this guy got absolutely dismantled, even though Arena was doing nothing but feeding us lands. Kind of crazy, but we got there in the end. And again, I think this is win number 8. I hope I kind of maybe brought a few of you over to the Omenpath Journey. I know a lot of people say it's a 4 mana, comes in, does nothing right away. I don't think it's true and it's not. It comes in and it doesn't do anything super impactful, but it does thin your deck out. And I know we did it twice and I was still drawing lands, so some games it doesn't matter. But yeah, it comes in and you get to thin your deck out. We have nothing but Surveil lands, maybe 1 or 2 Scry lands as well, to make sure that the top of the deck that our next draw is something really, really good. And then, yeah, you're guaranteed to hit your land drops for the next few turns, which I think is really nice because while getting flooded does suck, I think when you just don't draw any lands and you brick a little bit, that is way more frustrating because eventually you will draw something really, really good and you'll have the lands to play it. But yeah, if you're just bricking the entire time, especially because our deck does have some expensive creatures, and Ugin, of course, 7 mana as well. Sunfall for 5 mana, so Chamil for 6 mana. So we do have some expensive things. You just want to make sure you're hitting your land drops, and that is why I love Omenpath Journey. It has a special place in my heart. I think the art looks really, really cool as well. So, yeah, GG. All right, neighbor, we are back for the post-game wrap, and I played 8 games today, and I won all 8 of them. One game you guys won't see because on turn 2, I played Up the Beanstalk, and turn 3, I played Overlord. Opponent maybe thought I was a Zur deck or just that enchantments deck, which we all know is a meta deck right now. It's super busted. It is no fun to play against, so I don't blame the opponent for just conceding right away. But all other 7 games, the opponent stuck in it, and as you saw from the games, we absolutely crushed them. 1 or 2 of them maybe got a little bit close. I know in the last game, we got flooded so insanely hard, but it doesn't matter when you're getting flooded because eventually, if you're able to stay alive, you will draw Ugin, and when you draw Ugin, the game is more or less over. I think in that game as well, we also got up to his ultimate for -11. Search your library for any number of colorless cards, so Portal to Phyrexia, Cityscape Leveler, Sire of 7 Deaths, Chamili. All of these cards, super amazing, and then you can cast them for free. Hello, super, super busted. So yeah, Ugin, Eye of the Storms, he's in Standard. He is so, so good right now. And then I hope in those games you guys were able to see how good Omenpath Journey can actually be. I know I've said it in a few of the games. I said it in the deck intro. People aren't the biggest fan of this card. It's maybe more of a best of 3 card, but I think in the right deck, which is this one, I think it is actually a really, really good card. So, it is only just a 2 of because you do get to pull 5 lands out of your deck. So I don't think you'd want 3 of them because if you're taking 15 lands out of your deck. I mean, in the last game, maybe I needed that because when I had, I think, 5 lands left in the deck, I was still top decking lands, which is kind of frustrating, but hopefully for you guys, kind of funny. But yeah, I hope Omenpath Journey, I hope it maybe weasels your way into one of your guys' decks. But this deck that I have right here, it's amazing. 2 big thumbs up from me. I can't say enough good things about it. I played it quite a bit before this as well, and of course I've lost a few games before. I think the other day I played against a mill deck that was able to get me. The Pixie Bounce deck, you know, if they go fast enough, discard can kind of suck if you don't have Up the Beanstalk. So of course no deck in Standard is perfect. You will of course have losses every once in a while. But yeah, you saw from the 8 games I played today, and like I said, one of them I won't show you because the opponent just scooped right away. We won all 7. Well, technically that one counted as an 8, but all 7 of the games you guys saw today were all 7 wins. Really, really fun deck, which I think is also another important thing when you're playing Arena, is you want to have fun when you're playing. So this deck definitely achieves that. I think against your aggro matchup, if you can get Authority of the Consuls down, that will really, really help you stabilize. I think you guys saw in that Heir Apparent deck, I think I miscalculated. I was like, oh, they're going to swing through and do 13 damage to me or 12 damage or something like that, and I'm going to go down to 5 life points left, but then they played a few Heir Apparents, and yeah, we just gained so much life from that, so that can be really nice. Get Lost is just such a good removal card right now. Can go after creatures, which there's plenty of them. I think we saw a Boros in tokens deck today. This can also get rid of those enchantments as well. The War Leader's Call, Caretaker's Talent, the Urbrask Forge. I was blanking on the name for a second, but if you have Authority of the Consuls down and they play an Urbrask Forge, that's basically a free life point for you every single turn because the Urbrask Forge token comes in tapped and it can attack you. So that's really nice. But yeah, Get Lost, such a good removal card right now. Up the Beanstalk with Overlord. You guys already know that combo. It's so good. And then, yeah, just a bunch of one-ofs. Temporary Lockdown. It is just a one-of in the deck. And, you know, honestly, well, that's not true. We did cast it in one game. But I think most of the time, you maybe don't want to cast it. So I think Temporary Lockdown, you could maybe cut this one. Not sure what you'd want to go up with then. Honestly, maybe another copy of Authority of the Consuls or maybe even a Ancient Cornucopia. If you're feeling extra spicy, you could go up one Stonebrain. I included it just because it is a really cheap colorless card that you can cast with Ugin the turn he comes down. If you do only have 7 mana and you do have a Stonebrain in hand, you can exile something with Ugin, do his +0 ability, and then you can either cast one Ghost Vacuum, one Iron Crag, or one Stonebrain, if those are in your hand. So that would be a double exile that turn. And yeah, I think we saw in one game as well, the opponent, to me it looked like they were mono green elves, and I was like, oh yeah, they're playing Craterhoof Behemoth. That's such, you know, a popular deck in Historic, the mono green elves with Craterhoof Behemoth, excuse me. So I was like, all right, I'm going to name Craterhoof Behemoth. And then when we looked at their deck, we saw that they were just playing like Atraxa, Valgavoth. Was it Tyrannix Rex in that deck as well? I can't remember. But yeah, Stonebrain, nice little tech card if you do know what to name. And I kind of honestly only included this for some of the combo decks out there, like the Omniscience deck. If you can draw the Stonebrain early, and it is only a one-of, so chances are kind of low, but if you do draw it and they are playing the Omniscience combo deck, this is such a good card for that matchup. And then, yeah, Day of Judgment and Sunfall, you already know how broken those cards are. Just such good board wipes. So useful. And yeah, I think that's kind of everything in the deck. Overlord, you guys know him as well. All these colorless cards, so good. And then, yeah, the land package. I know it might look like a mess, but again, hopefully Again, I can't remember if we got Omenpath Journey in all 7 of those games. I know it made an appearance in quite a few of the games, which I'm happy to showcase that for you guys. You saw how nice it is to then pull out 5 lands. And yeah, we pull out this Meticulous Archives for Surveil, Underground Mortuary for Surveil, the Commercial District for Surveil, the Lush Portico for Surveil, and this Hedge Maze for Surveil as well. And I think we have one Scryland somewhere. Temple of Plenty for Scry. The Restless Prairie, I think in the last game we played against the Mono Black, maybe it was the game before, you saw how much work that these creature lands can put in, so that's really helpful. I think in one game we saw how useful Cavern of Souls can be. Actually, we named Eldrazi, and then we cast our Sire of 7 Deaths. And then you absolutely love to see when you play a creature card with Cavern of Souls and they try and counter it. Such a good feeling. Get out of here with your counterspells. But yeah, demo field for, you know, some of the other lands that the opponent might be playing, and Fountain Port as well. You can honestly get so many tokens from the Overlord Everywhere land token that in a few games, maybe today you saw them. I know yesterday and just other times I've been playing this deck, I have definitely sacrificed those Everywhere lands to start drawing cards, which can also be useful. So I know the land looks kind of like a mess, a pile, but yeah, for me, this deck just has been working so well today, and I just have a lot of fun playing it. Maybe that is because we do have Ugin in the deck, and when you play Ugin, it just always feels good. So yeah. Hey, if you guys are enjoying these videos, please leave a like. The support is so helpful. Takes you guys just a second to do it. And yeah, go ahead and drop some comments down below. What was your favorite game? What decks would you like me to see? Or if you want to talk about something else, just write that down in the comments. I read all the comments and I'll reply to them. And I'm going to end it like I always end it. I love you guys. Peace out.